Hey everyone, Chandler here with Simpler. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Want to take a quick minute and make this video to help you guys break down and set up each of the indicators that you received in the class. I want to take time in this video to show you how to set up the links from Thinkorswim and then also break down the settings in case that you might be on another platform and you want to go in and tweak these yourself. So let's start here guys with breaking down how to import the links that you receive if you're on Thinkorswim. So if you click on any of the links that you received, it's going to open up something like this. So you're going to get a Thinkorswim website showing you the actual indicator itself. In this example, I'm focusing on the daily cloud. So very simple, you want to just scroll down and click on View in Thinkorswim. Once we do that and we open it, get rid of this, it's going to pull up a fresh chart here. And all you want to do is open this, so it's full screen, and then simply go up to Studies, drop that down, and then save the study set. When you click Save Study Set, it's going to ask you to name it. So just call it Cloud. And then when you exit out of here after you've saved it, you'll be able to go back to your studies on your main screen, load, and then pull up that cloud. And it's going to look exactly like mine. So if I just start fresh, go to Studies, load Study Set, and then Cloud, boom, pulled it up. So again, that's one way to do it here. If you just go to the link and you click View in Thinkorswim. And then another quick way, if you don't want to do that, is just copy the link from the room, in the class drive that you guys receive. Go up here to Setup in the top right corner. If you click that and see Open Shared Item, if you click that and paste the link in Preview, it's going to populate the indicator as well. And when you click Import, it's going to do the same steps and open up a separate screen where you just want to go in, save that study set, and then you will have it. So this is the same method, guys, that you want to take for every indicator that leads to Thinkorswim. Is just open that link, get it pulled up, and then save it into your own system so you can then go back and load all of these study sets. Load the cloud, load the point of control, whatever you might need, you'll be able to have it if you save it. So those are two basic ways to open the links and save the things that you've been given. Let's dig deep now into what each indicator is made out of and the settings that I have tweaked. So we'll start with the cloud since we're here. If you take a look, this is the pretty cloud that you're going to receive. However, the normal cloud itself looks like the following. And again, if you're on another platform here, guys, these are the these are the settings that you want to focus on here. So again, this indicator is called the Ichimoku. So if you just add Ichimoku, this is what it's going to look like on most platforms. Ichimoku is actually an entire system, but all I focus on is the actual physical cloud itself. So we want to do some editing here, regardless of what platform you're on. So if we just go into edit the indicator and on toss, you hit this gear right here. Here's the things that you want to change. You can keep the 9 and 26 period. That's something we don't want to move. But one thing we do want to remove, guys, is showing the plot on everything besides span A and span B. So Ichimoku is broken down into these few sections here, and we want to hide that plot, so uncheck it. Go to the next one and uncheck it. Span A, we want to keep, and we actually want to change the color to green here. Span A will be your bullish line. And span B, make sure it's still checked on. You want to change this one to red. And then finally, uncheck the last section here. And boom, we start to have our cloud. And now finally, depending your platform, if you can go in here and scroll to the bottom, drop down the globals menu, and you'll actually be able to change the color. So this is where I come in and just make mine double gray. And now it's the cloud that we're used to seeing. So again, you can either set this up on your own and on another platform just by searching for the Ichimoku and hiding everything but span A and span B. And then again, if you have this, guys, you'll already receive it just as is. Or again, you go up to studies and boom, you have your cloud. This cloud, guys, in these settings, you want to use on every time frame. So, the same cloud works on the daily, works on the 4-hour, works on the 1-minute chart. Just make sure you have after hours on. So on Thinkorswim here, the way to put after hours on is by going up to this gear icon, clicking it, going to equities, and then making sure you have show extended hours trading checked on. And for futures like ES, you want to make sure you go to the future section and also make sure it's checked on. So when you have this on and you just flip through the cloud, you'll have the after hours on. You can use the same cloud. And if you want to go to the daily, it'll be right there. So those are the settings for the Ichimoku cloud. Next section we're going to focus on is point of control. So when you download point of control, it's going to bring you to a 30-minute, 10-day time frame if you're on Thinkorswim. This is the chart and the time frame that you want to focus on when you are getting your point of control reading. Remember that. But to talk about point of control here, it's actually an indicator that derives from volume profile. So if you type in volume profile on most platforms, this is where you're going to find point of control. And you can see mine is edited because this is what it actually generally looks like, where it has all this side volume, has these multiple price points. I like to clear that up and just focus again on this one central price point. So you're going to receive the one without all this mess, but to show you how to set it up, let's get right to it here. So if we take a look, the first one is my custom point of control. These are the settings that you want to change. So we're going to go into the normal one and change those settings. So the first thing that we want to change here, let me just move this, is the price per row. Instead of automatic, we want to focus on tick size. You can keep this custom row height, that doesn't matter. And then time per profile. Instead of it being on chart here, we want to flip this to month. This is what's giving us that monthly point of control, regardless if you're on a monthly chart. If you look, we can keep the multiplier the same at 1. So again, if you have all these settings, guys, on another platform, try to copy these as close as you can. Let's see, show expansion. We actually want to turn that off. All right, so you have all these settings, turn that off. We can keep 1,000 here. We actually want to not show point of control, and we want to not show the value areas. And I'll explain why in a minute. Finally, here we can have the value area at 70, and you want to change that final row here to 0. So have that on 0. And then the final settings here, guys, are down below. So again, we have our point of control. That's that key we want to focus on. But we also want to hide everything else. So if you go to profile high, it should already be hidden. Profile low should already be hidden. But you want to hide the VA high. So uncheck the plot and then hide the VA low. So what this does, guys, now instead of looking like this and we save our settings, boom, it's going to be exactly on that line itself. So if we remove the one we created, there it is, a nice little red line. So you can go back in here. What I do, guys, is I make it bigger. All right, so you can make it much bigger and you can change it to whatever color you prefer. So again, you got that green line. What you're going to receive is, a little different green, but it's all about the settings and that price point. So again, regardless of what platform you're on, make sure you go into volume profile, you tweak these settings as close as you can, and you just focus on that POC level that point of control offers. Excuse me, that volume profile offers. And then again, for it to work, I really focus on a 30-minute, 10-day time frame. After, we get towards the end of the month, I like to shift it to a 30-minute, 15-day, just to be able to see the full line for the month. If you take a look, you'll also see last month's point of control. So use it while it's there and then focus on the new month as it continues to develop. So final indicator we're going to set up is the moving averages. So if you take a look and you open the links from the class, it's going to look something like this. You're going to get, a pre-package with the cloud itself and all the moving averages that I use. So we're actually going to start fresh here and just add every moving average. So the first moving average, and it's actually not a moving average, but the combination of the three is a VWAP. So again, it's on every platform. You just want to focus on VWAP. If you add this, we have a little editing to do. So typical VWAP has an upper band and a lower band. So if I just add this to show you guys, that's what it typically looks like. What we want to focus on is using just the middle line, which is actually VWAP itself. Above and below are standard deviations. So in here, guys, you want to have that plot show for VWAP, and you want to get rid of the upper band, go to lower band, and uncheck that plot as well. And that's what's going to give you this middle line VWAP. Now you can go in here and add, whatever color you like. So mine is white, and I happen to use dots. So that's why, boom, that's what my VWAP looks like. Next part of the system is the 21 exponential moving average. So these are very, very simple. If you just type in moving average or just expo, you'll find that moving average exponential. So instead of a simple moving average, you want to focus on exponential. If you add this to your chart, you want to go in and edit it. The only thing we have to change on these is the length. So again, if we're focusing on a 21 EMA, we want to make sure it's on 21. Now we also want to change the color. So again, mine's red dot. So I just change it to red dot. And then boom, we have our 21 EMA. And then finally, just rinse and repeat here for the 8 EMA. So again, exponential moving average, no matter what platform you're on. Make sure you throw it on there. Go make it 8, make it great. I keep mine teal, and boom. Now we have our 3 combination that you learned from the class. So again, guys, you're going to receive the 3 of them with the cloud if you follow my links. And if you want to set them up, you can add the cloud together. You can add them separately. And then boom, you can also save them all together. So that's all the indicators here, team. And again, if you just open them up and save the study set, that's how you'll be able to do it. And another thing, I did share some flexible grids. When you open up a flexible grid, all you want to do, guys, is go up to, right, so it's going to look something like this with a flex grid. You want to go up to this top right here and click Save Flexible Grid. And then at any point, you'll be able to open up, the active trader, the tape, all the resources that you received. So hope this video helps, guys. If you need me or the support, you know where to find us. But hopefully this video helps you get set up, and I'll talk to everyone for live trading on Friday. Thanks, team.